last night I was hoping that they wouldn't spend all night bashing the president. I was hoping that they wouldn't. They would show us a new direction, and they would tell us what they were for, not what they were against. I think that's exactly what we got. With an exception of a horrible smear from Juan Williams last night on Ann Romney. Ann Romney got great reviews. And quite honestly, I sent an email early on in the first 2 minutes to all my friends. They're going to kill her on this because she came out. She was nervous and she was like, I love women. And I thought, oh, dear God, what is this? And my wife said to me, is she going someplace that might help the candidate at any point? And I said, I don't know. I hope so. And then she got not good, great. She was sincere. She was real. She was, the beginning where she was a little uncomfortable, actually, I think helped her because it made her vulnerable. It shows that she's not a politician. I heard Tony Snow say, best speech he's ever seen given.
Britt Hume, maybe?
Britt Hume. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah,
I was going to say, that was miraculous.
I was channeling him last night. Tony and I talk a lot anyway. Mm-hmm. I saw Britt Hume say last night the best speech that he has seen by a political spouse, and I think I agree with that. I can't think of another political spouse that I've ever seen that was that good. I thought by the end of it, if people watch it, she may have won the election for Mitt Romney because people still don't know. They don't know him. And mainly because the media is not showing you anything about him. They're not really showing you who this man is. I mean, look at what you know about Mitt Romney. Everything's out there. But all you know about Mitt Romney is he's in a mysterious, kooky cult. Apparently he's strapped his dog to the top of his car. Mm-hmm. He of course gave somebody an undocumented haircut that the family says never happened. I mean, think of the things that have been said about this guy. And this is the worst you can do. He may be criminal on his taxes, but you have no evidence, nothing but a mysterious phone call that came into Harry Reid,
which the New York Times has now disproved.
I missed that update.
Yeah, the New York Times wrote a story about, they looked into his financial disclosures and his tax returns that he has released, and it showed a foreign tax credit that could only be claimed if he had filed taxes for the last 10 years.
Yeah, he's taking it every year, and so that means he filed every year, and that means he paid taxes every year. And you can only take that foreign tax credit if you paid federal income tax, which he obviously did. So the whole thing's a lie.
It is truly amazing that we have a guy who's running for president of the United States where no one would look into the real story on Barack Obama. We had Jeremiah Wright. We had Frank Marshall Davis. We had the Green Job Czar. We had all of these connections, all of this crazy stuff, and no one looked into it. This guy, they've turned every bit, every rug upside down. They've beat every carpet. They've done everything they can. And the worst they can find on him is he strapped his dog to the top, which is something we all would have done. I mean, I was getting in the back of the truck the other day. We were on the farm. And Tanya said, throw the dogs in the back. And I said, are you kidding me? Throw the dogs in the back? Are you kidding me? I threw the dogs in the back, but I made a point with my wife. Throw the dogs in the back? What am I, Mitt Romney? What are they going to say? We all do that. We all have done that.
I mean, it is a strange story, but it's just not a story that that is really. I've never put my dog on the roof. I mean,
you wouldn't. Excuse me.
That's not to say that people didn't do it back in the day.
Didn't do it. They did it all the time back then.
That's not what we do today. But of course, it happened in 1983. And it's also not at all relevant to what's happening.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into the dog argument. The point is, this is the worst they got. And so now Ann Romney's got to get up and just say to the American people, it's okay. It's okay. Now, if you watched her last night, and I don't think this translates on radio, it was her looking in the camera She looked the camera several times. She would look the camera right in the eye. She'd look you right in the eye and say, listen to me, America. This is who my husband is. And it was not forced. It was real. I'm going to play some audio clips for you here in a second. But let me just preface this. I've met Mitt Romney several times. I think Mitt Romney he's always been a very nice man. He is uber smart. You'll notice, what do they always say about Republicans? They're stupid, right? They're stupid. They're idiots. They're morons. They're whatever. You notice you've never heard that charge about him? Not once have you heard that charge. Can you name the last Republican where they didn't say that? Name one. I can't.
Maybe Nixon, because they had the crooked thing. So
yeah.
They didn't use stupid. They just used
and
crooked.
This one, think of this. They didn't use stupid. They used crooked. Mm-hmm. This one, they're saying there's something with his dog on the roof of his car. I mean, they got nothing.
Nothing.
They got nothing. Here's a guy who is uber smart, very, very honest. I can't tell you that I trust any politician. I can't tell you that I know what any politician is going to do. But I will tell you this. I believe Mitt Romney to be an honest man. What does he do on policies? I don't know. I don't trust any of them on policies. But I do believe he's honest. The reason why I say all of this is because I've met Mitt several times. I've met his wife several times as well. Anne is beyond a shadow of a doubt First Lady territory. Class act. The real deal. And I believe, I like her. I mean, I like her more than I like him. And when she looked in the TV screen last night and said what she did, I believe her 150%. Listen to Ann Romney last night.
Everything has become harder. We're too smart to know there aren't easy answers, but we're not dumb enough to accept that there aren't better answers.
That's a great one.
Very good.
I don't know who wrote her speech last night, but I thought her speech was really well.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
What's weird about it too is, and I don't know why. I've actually never met her, but I didn't expect anything from her. I didn't expect it to be good.
Well, I didn't expect.
I'm not even sure
her.
why. Because I guess because she's not a politician.
Yeah, I know her, and I didn't expect very much. And I think she's uber smart. She's class act. But that is such a massive stage, and for somebody who's
hard,
somebody who's not out there, being the politician and everything else,
right?
It's not an easy gig. And she was, and I thought honestly, the first 2 minutes, I thought that's about what we were going to get from Ann Romney, because it was awkward. She was uncomfortable. She was giggly because she was nervous. It was
then
not
she
good.
hit her stride.
Then she hit her stride,
zone.
and it was good.
And this was one of her best moments.
Still in love with that boy I met at a high school dance, and he still makes me laugh.
He makes Democrats laugh, too. Oh, they were laughing the other day when he said the birth certificate thing. Oh, they laughed.
I read somewhere that Mitt and I have a storybook marriage. Well,
so good.
Let me tell you something. In the storybooks I read, there never were long, long, rainy winter afternoons in a house with 5 boys screaming at once. And those storybooks never seem to have chapters called MS or breast cancer. A storybook marriage? Nope, not at all. What Mitt Romney and I have is a real marriage.
A quarter, maybe an eighth of the power on radio that it held on television. You need to watch this. Go to theblaze.com and watch this speech and share it with your friends. the way she said these things and the way she looked into the camera, she was connecting. There are very few people that can connect with a camera. It's extraordinarily difficult to do. She was looking past the lens at you. Extraordinarily difficult to do. And you believed her. You believed her.